Welcome back, guys. This is the second build in the series. I already made a under $1,000 build for Ryzen, which you can check in the description along with everything as always. Okay, so first things first, the CPU, 1700X, great overclocking potential. You can get it somewhere to around 1800X performance with the proper cooler. You don't even need that good of a cooler to get this to somewhat decent performance. Anyway, like I said in my previous build, Ryzen is not a great gaming processor, but it will do the job just fine. It's mostly aimed at 1440p and 4K gaming, but for processing, exporting videos and stuff like that, it's going to do amazingly, especially since it has 8 cores and 16 threads. Now moving on to the cooling solutions for this one. We have the Noctua NHD15S. Now this cooler is about, well, $79 on Amazon. I don't know what the fuck Newegg is doing. It's $164 there. But either way, one of the reasons why I'm recommending this, it's going to keep the temperatures down while you're overclocking the processor. You can push it very far with this one. Now the noise level is 19.2 to 24.6 decibel. Now if you want to go for a cheaper cooler here, you can get the Scythe Mugen. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Now the difference between this and the Noctua is, well, the noise level on this one, when the processor is not under load, is 4 decibels, which is just amazing. Now when the processor is not under load, you're not pretty much going to hear this. Noctua, however, is about 1 centimeter longer, which is about half an inch. Noise level is a little bit higher, but the total noise level is about the same. Scythe is a lot cheaper. Both coolers will fit within the budget. Oh yeah, and both of them support AM4 platform right off the bat, so you don't need any extra brackets or whatever. Now, as far as motherboards go, we have two choices here. On my previous build, I did suggest the ASRock X370. However, I'm putting the MSI X370 here just in case, because ASRock is not available on Newegg. It wasn't available even a week ago. However, it is a lot cheaper alternative to the MSI motherboard at $134 after rebate. X370, however, is available pretty much everywhere, and both motherboards have about the same features. Crossfire and SLI are both supported on these ATX form factor on both motherboards. X370 chipset is top of the line AM4 socket, so you can't go wrong with either. However, I would suggest whichever board you get from all of these, get the latest BIOS updates if you can, because Ryzen has been rumored to have some BIOS problems right now. But like I mentioned already in my previous video, as technology progresses and gets better, more support will be added. I should also mention ASRock has the 7.1 channels onboard audio. It is a little bit better than what MSI currently offers, and the RGB on the MSI 370 gaming can be changed to pretty much any color, so you can just put it red so it fits the Ryzen nicely. So yeah, that's it for the motherboards. Now we're moving on to the RAM memory. I selected either Kingston HyperX Fury 8GB 2133 MHz or the Corsair Vengeance LPX. Pretty much the same performance, except this one, in my previous video, I was wrong since I selected 2400 MHz, and it turned out that the latency was higher than on the Kingston. If you select the same megahertz, if you select the same speed, the Corsair is going to have better latencies than the Kingston. Pretty much, I think the same price. Yeah, same price for both. Go with Corsair Vengeance. If you're going for a video editing build, you probably want to go get 16 gigabytes, but for gaming, 8 gigabytes is going to be just fine. All right, moving on to storage, we got an SSD and a hard drive combo here. Samsung 850 EVO is under $100 right now for 250 gigabytes. It's going to provide you with what you need. The speed is very good. Samsung 850 Pro, however, that's the one I have, is I think 5-year warranty. This one has 3-year warranty. So for a few extra dollars, you could probably get the Pro version. Or if you want to cheap out on the SSD, there's a SanDisk SSD Plus. It's pretty much the same capacity, although speeds are not going to be as good as on the Samsung. Have that in mind. Now, as far as hard drives go, Western Digital Caviar Black is probably the more expensive version. It may not fit the budget. However, I think it probably will. 1 terabyte, good enough to start off with. So install the operating system and a few games. Now, the Western Digital Caviar Black, I have that one. I recommended the Caviar Blue previously. However, I do think I maybe shouldn't, because I had the Western Digital Caviar Blue before, and I had one of those, then it died, then I replaced it with another Caviar Blue, then it died. All died within about a year. And the Western Digital Caviar Black comes with 5-year warranty, so it's probably the most quality choice here. $74 price currently on Amazon, as I can't seem to find the price on the PC part picker. So anyway, the Seagate Barracuda is cheaper version. It's under $50. You can probably go with that one if you want to cheap out on the hard drive. Now, when it comes to the graphics card, this may be a little tricky because Vega is coming out soon, but not soon enough so that we know precisely how the performance is going to be. But if you want to get something right now, I would suggest getting an MSI GeForce GTX 1070. Aside from Palette, which I think is only available in Europe and is about $100 cheaper, this is probably the best version of the 1070 that you can get. In my previous build, I recommended a Radeon XFX 480 GTR, which is the best 480 version in my opinion. However, if you're spending this much on a build, a 1070 should probably be your choice right now. Now, the basic differences between the 1070 versions, it's got base clock rate of 1607, which is the same as on the Mini. But why this is one of the best choices when it comes to the 1070, it's got a texture fill rate, which is better than the other versions. Memory size, well, 8 gigabytes. So you're getting this card for 1440p or 4K gaming or 1080p gaming in case you have a 165 or 144 hertz monitor. Memory clock rate is faster than on the other versions as well. So in this case, either wait for Vega to come out. So in this case, you can do three things. Either wait for Vega, which is about to come out soon, TM, or get to 1070 or get two XFX GTR 480s, in which case the performance should be similar to the GTX 1080. So it's up to you which one you want to get. I'm personally always in favor of one GPU solution versus Crossfire or SLI. So yeah. Okay, so we're near the end of the video. I always leave the case and the power supply for the end. Here I also have two choices for you. Both are full tower cases. Both have pretty much exactly what you need. Fans in the front, fans in the back, glass on the side, so you know you can show off to your friends and whatnot. Either way, both have enough external and internal bays for everything that you're going to put inside this. Now, the first case is the Corsair 750D. You can do wonders with this case. It's decent as far as cable management goes. NZXT, however, looks pretty damn cool. I would personally probably go with this one, as the 750D is, well, from $199 to $149, but the NZXT Phantom 530 is $127 on Amazon right now and does come in 3 different colors. Now, you could technically go with a mid-tower case. I will recommend one in the description that's going to do the job for this build in case you don't want to spend a lot on your case. However, these two are the ones I would personally go with. The NZXT was always one of my favorites. The build quality is pretty nice and it looks amazing. Right, and finally we come to the power supply. This is the one I recommended in my previous build and is going to be enough for this one as well. Although 700 watts is the minimum I would recommend. It's going to give you some headroom for upgrading. However, if you decide for Crossfire, it's not going to give you a lot of headroom, or any in that case. And for this price, it's a pretty damn good deal. Okay, so when I started this video, I didn't think it would actually last this long. So thank you. If you managed to get to the end, please leave a comment down below. If this video helped you in any way, please leave a like and subscribe. There's one more Ryzen build and I'm just done with Ryzen for the time being. Anyway, if you got any comments, questions, concerns, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section down below. I will respond. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.